And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The World Series on MLB The Show coming up. It's the Chicago White Sox going up against the Cincinnati Reds. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about already in this series as we head into Game 4.
Well, the number one thing to discuss is just how lopsided this series has been. You know, you get to this point of the season, Boog, and you expect both teams to be on pretty even ground, but it's not played out that way at all. And when a team takes care of business with such dominance and gets out to a 3-0 lead, I just can't see this series lasting much longer.
Yeah, that's usually the way it goes. But hey, coming back to win the series has been done before. First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. And today's starting pitcher, Hunter Green. And Singy, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
A very forgettable start his last time out. Was only able to work a couple of innings. We're looking for him to put it all together today. Command, tempo, and just really a confident presence out there on the mound.
Now it's the right fielder, Dominic Fletcher.
Dominic Fletcher.
That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything came together for him. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And now Yoan Moncada. Ground ball left side, could be two. Fired to second. Plenty of time at first. That's a double play.
Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and his infielders took care of business. Pretty textbook execution between short and second to turn that into 2 outs.
Luis Ariz stands in. That one the other way. He dives but can't hang on. That's a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent.
Oh, this one high and deep. Way back there. Off the batter's eye and gone. He'll circle the bases. That's his 4th home run of the series. It's 2-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit. Spent on some other pitches in this at bat. Was very patient, and it paid off.
So 2 away with nobody on. And now here's the veteran DH, Alex Verdugo. Into center. Ruiz makes the grab, and that's the inning. Luis Robert with the homer here. It's now a 2-0 ball game. This is the World Series on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Today's starting pitcher, Kyle Wright. What should we keep an eye on here?
Very dominant his last time out. Picked up the win. Only allowed 1 run. These guys would love to see him back on his game in this one.
Bottom of the 1st. And now the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. We talk about guys with good speed, and definitely he has it. But pushing the offense aside for just a second, Chris, it's the defensive side that I think the speed factors in the most. The pitch. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Squeezes it. 1 away.
Huge sigh of relief, I'm sure, for that guy out there on the bump to retire a great hitter like that for the first one of the game.
Here's the lineup for the Reds. trailing by a couple of runs already, and I'm sure they'd like to erase that deficit quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to let this deficit get into your head and you're trying to just make up the difference with one swing and you really don't have the base runners on. You've got to contribute, keep the line moving, and all of a sudden...
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Batting third, the left fielder. Spencer.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the left fielder, Spencer Steer. The White Sox up by 2 here in Game 4. Line drive. Dives, but it falls. Could be extra bases. Steer into second, and he's got a double.
I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
So 2 down. David Stafford, the next to hit for the Reds. And that's outside. 2-1.
Well, there's a chance right here for one of the better hitters on this roster to get him on the board in the first. Thanks to the 3-hole hitter extending the inning. Good at bat with 2 outs.
And that's in for a strike. Got him swinging. Reds leave 1. They trail it here 2-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the veteran first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
And it falls. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still...
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Up against the wall and brings it in. Throw is high and over his head.
Batting in, the shortstop,
Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. Vaughn, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. The pitch. And he chases that one. And there's 2 away.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Francisco Mejia coming up to hit. Bounce to third. And that should be extra bases. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
So the batting order turns over. Dominic Fletcher on the ground, right side. India over to first in time. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. White Sox strand a couple, but they're on top 2-0. Back here in Cincinnati, Jonathan India at the plate.
The second baseman, Jonathan India.
The line to kick the pitch.
Oh.
And that's going to get into the corner. The throw into second. And that's a leadoff double. Mansingi, he hit that ball right on the sweet spot. According to StatCast, the exit velo 110 miles an hour.
Yeah, Boog. I mean, that right there is an absolute missile. And he just put a great swing on it, squared it up perfectly. Those are the ones that feel really good.
That one in there across the letters.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
The Reds trailing by 2 here in Game 4 of the World Series. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Righty to the plate. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Here's the center fielder, Sean Ruiz.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect labeled over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
The 1-2. Ripped to third and caught. Throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. And we're back. New inning getting started. Here is Moncada. The pitch. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And a quick out, number 1. Gotta love the intensity of postseason baseball. Players on both sides at such a high level of emotion. Everything is amplified. Luis Arias steps to the plate for the White Sox. One down, base is empty. On the ground, right side, India. Throws to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting, the center fielder, Luis Robert.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Sox, Luis Robert. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field. Talk about that intensity, Boo. It comes out of everybody. Think about celebrations by players like Carlos Correa, Jose Bautista, Kirk Gibson, just iconic moments.
Here's Alex Verdugo. Pickoff throw.
Oh, he's in there.
That one down the line. Gets to it with a slide. Takes it himself, and he got him. Nicely done at first for the out. So 1 left for the White Sox as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Back here at Great American Ballpark as we go to the last of the 3rd. Here's the 3rd baseman, number 12. Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. The wind to the pitch. Got him. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. Mitch Garver up to hit here. Here comes the pitch. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. So now back to the top of the order.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
So the lineup flips over. Now here's the Reds leadoff man, Elly De La Cruz. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Robert moves under it. He makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
The right fielder, number 30, Will Benson.
And now the right fielder, Will Benson. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. 2 outs. Fouled off. He was late.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed.
And there's the 3rd out. That'll do it for the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. 3 innings in the books here in Game 4. It's the White Sox 2 and the Reds nothing. The 4th game of the World Series. Andrew Vaughn now.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end, trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
And here it comes. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Benson makes the grab, 1 down.
Up next to the White Sox.
And now it's Dalton Varsho.
Dalton Varsho.
And a pitch. Ripped on a line to center. Ruiz makes the grab, 2 away down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, 99. How do you do?
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout. But you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Two outs. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. Nothing doing for the White Sox. They're up 2-0. Back here in Cincinnati, bottom of the 4th. Now the left fielder, Spencer Steer. That one fouled off, 2-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
The batter.
David Stafford getting ready to hit.
Time's starting to run out for this offense, isn't it, Boog? I mean, it's not easy to play in a must-win game, especially when you're losing. Their season is on the line, and they know it.
And that's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Showed some really nice patience in that at-bat. Worked himself into a good count. You'll often hear the phrase, short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
Man at first with 1 gone. In now for the Reds, Jonathan India. Swing and a miss as he was late.
1-2.
Stafford leads off first with 1 away. Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's a 1-2. On the ground, could be 2. Glove flip for 1. Over to first, safe.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
McClain, the next to hit for the Reds. And the righty deals. Back to the mound. He's got it. Tosses to first, and that'll do it. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. We played 4. It's the White Sox 2 and the Reds nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Francisco Mejia. He swings and hits a fly ball, center field. Ruiz hauls it in, and there's one away.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
Ground ball right side. Sends it to first. Now 2 away.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
2 outs, base is empty. Here is Yoan Moncada. That one ripped. And gone! A solo shot. His second homer of this series, and they add to their lead. It's 3-0.
He's swinging a red-hot bat. This isn't the first home run we've seen him hit these last few games, and it probably won't be the last. Changeup up in the zone is a hitter's dream. It's a BP fastball, but you're playing in real time. Most times, the pitcher's asking for a new baseball, just like right there.
Base is empty with 2 away. Luis Arias digs in now. In the air out to center. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that's the 3rd out. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now 3-0. You're watching the World Series on the show. And we're back. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And ready to hit now for Cincinnati, Sean Ruiz. That one finds the corner. 1-2.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Left-hand batter waits. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. The wind and the pitch. That's out to center field. Robert makes the grab, 1 away.
The batter, the 3rd baseman, Sal.
Now the 3rd baseman. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. In the air, left field. Varsho after it. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, catcher, Mitch.
And here's the catcher, Mitch Garver. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
All over that one right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy. And foul ball.
Garver leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Lifted in the air out to left. Varsho hauls it in to end the inning. So 1 left for Cincinnati. They trail in this one 3-0. We're back, and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Ian Gibaut.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Luis Robert now. This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him.
Fans come to the ballpark to watch him play. And in baseball, to have such a talented player going out there every day and putting on the show that he does, just a joy to watch.
And that one lifted in the air center field. And they take care of Robert for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Now batting, designated hitter, Alex Verdugo.
Here's the White Sox DH, Alex Verdugo. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're the top half of the 6th. This one in the air center field. Ruiz moving under it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for Chicago, Andrew Vaughn. Two down, nobody on. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
And that chance handled. Tosses across the first. 3rd out. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 2, 3, 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the White Sox 3 and the Reds nothing. Bottom of the 6th inning. In now for the Reds, Will Benson.
The right fielder, Will Benson.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
1 and 2, count.
The 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Varsho flashes the leather on the run and catch.
The left fielder, number 7.
Here's the left fielder, Spencer Steer. The White Sox leading by 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Right through there for a strike. Chopper to second. And that one handled. Fires over to first. And they got him.
Now batting, first baseman, David Stafford.
And now the first baseman, David Stafford. 2 outs. So a foul ball makes it 1 and 2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Reds down in order. They trail it here 3-0. Now on the bump, Tim Mesa.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Dalton Varsho steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Dalton Varsho.
And now the lefty up the middle. Throws to first in time. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
That's what a good sinker is designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. One down, base is empty. Up the middle. Now a jump throw. It's there, and that's a great play.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball, and then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to in the air, get his shoulders turned, and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Francisco Mejia now at the plate. Fastball right back to the mound. Tosses to first, and the White Sox go quietly. Nothing doing here this half. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the White Sox 3 and the Reds nothing. Joe Barlow gets the ball now.
Number 49, Joe Barlow.
Right-hander kicks, deals. Just missed.
Well, with both starters out of this ball game, it now becomes a battle of the bullpens, and just seeing which manager can match out better and who's able to get to the finish line. Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
Next for Cincinnati, Matt McClain. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
No, there's a small sigh of relief right there. I mean, just to keep that speed off the base paths. It's not just the pitcher. It's other guys that have to think about it. From your infielders, have to think about that runner potentially stealing, but also be in position to make a play. As an outfielder, you're thinking about a base hit to the outfield. I got to get to it quickly to try to keep this guy from taking an extra base. So I think everyone just a little more relaxed that he didn't reach base.
At the plate, Sean Ruiz. And another ball. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. The Reds trailing by 3 late here in game 4. Next offering is downstairs. To third might be 2. Quick feed to second for 1. Double play. They can't seem to break through. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the White Sox 3 and the Reds nothing. Sam Moll gets the call from the pen.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Stepping in, the White Sox leadoff man, Dominic Fletcher.
Dominic Fletcher.
At the belt and fires. On a line, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
So man aboard, Yoan Moncada will hit next. The 2-1. Diving, it gets down. Could be extra bases. Around third. He scores, and they're up by 4. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Luis Arias steps to the plate for the White Sox. On the ground, right side, India. In plenty of time to first out in the top of the 8th.
Well, he didn't recognize changeup earlier enough. Got out in front a little bit, rolled over on it, and beat it into the ground.
And now it's Luis Robert. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast. His fans were just still getting into their seats here at the ballpark. So if you showed up late to this one, you missed out on a big moment early on.
Here's a 2-1. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Now, just a total nightmare for lefties. I'd be very surprised to see that matchup again. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
So now here's the DH, Alex Verdugo. The 1-1. Hard ground ball, base knock. Robert makes the turn at second. He's in there.
A couple of singles back to back. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there was just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Pitcher for the Reds, Tony Santillan.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
And here's the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn. Robert at third. Verdugo over at first with one away. Next pitch is inside, and it's 2-1.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Two on, one out. And that one is lifted in the air. India on the move. That's a base hit. Run scores.
Kind of just punts it out there the other way. Didn't hit it real hard, but he got just enough of it to dunk it behind the infield. And I tell you what, you'll take those every day you can get them.
So first and second with one man gone. Dalton Varsho steps to the plate for the White Sox. And a 1-1. And there's a fly ball deep right field. Say goodbye to that one. A 3-run dinger. And they tack on to their lead. It's 9-0. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. He got on plane with that high fastball, and look how his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Absolutely crushed that pitch.
One out, base is empty. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. And the right-hander deals. That one is absolutely belted. And that gets down into the gap. And into second with one away. That's a double.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Francisco Mejia. And a pitch. And that's ball four.
Take your base, ball four.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with a quick free pass.
Emilio Pagan will take over here.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Back to the top of the lineup, Dominic Fletcher getting ready to hit. Runners at first and second with one gone, and we're in the top of the 8th. On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3, but he beats it. Good hustle, and the inning continues. Now the number 2 hitter, Yoan Moncada. The MO for him is contact, a guy who's going to deliver average, not a ton of power. He's looking to hit a line drive somewhere.
Y'all, that's why it's a team. And when you look at a lineup, he's a great 2-hole hitter or a guy that you could put at the bottom.
Well, got to pause on that thought, as that'll do it for the inning. But it'll come at a cost as 6 cross the plate, 3 of them on this 3-run homer. It's now 9-0.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
This to third. Gathers and throws to first. And that's one away as the leadoff man is out in the 8th.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
The Reds with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And there are 2 down.
The batter, the shortstop, Ellie.
So back to the top of the Reds lineup. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. The pitch. Tried to get him to chase on the changeup that time. In for a strike. 2-2. 2 outs, base is empty. And he hits a ground ball right side. Arise onto first. That ends the inning. Nobody left for Cincinnati, and they're down 9-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Arias. And the pitch. Ground ball to the right side. And he grabs it, foul. And the pitch. Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Luis Robert. Warning track, wall, and you can touch them all, baseball man. That was blasted to the moon. His second home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 10-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Base is empty, 1 away, and next is the designated hitter, Alex Verdugo. Here's a 1-1. There's a swing and a miss.
1-2.
One out, base is empty. That one to first. The flip to the pitcher covering, and Verdugo is set down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
2 outs, base is empty. And next to hit for the Sox, Andrew Vaughn. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 2. 2 down, base is empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the 9th. Out towards right center field. Benson on the move to the alley. He's got it, and that is out number 3. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. It's now 10-zip. And we're back. So bottom of the 9th. Now it's the right fielder, Will Benson. The pitch. And he grounds one to the right side. And it goes just foul. This one lifted in the air, left field. Varsho calls it in, and there's 1 away.
The left fielder, number 7, Spencer.
He's 2 outs away.
Steer.
Now the left fielder, Spencer Steer. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
One down, base is empty. And another ball.
Out.
And down on strikes. And now 2 gone.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
So it's their last chance in this one. So now here's the Reds cleanup hitter, David Stafford. That one back up the middle, and it gets through.
Just kept it simple, played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Runner at first with 2 away. Here's the second baseman, Jonathan India. Kicks and deals. And a big swing and a miss.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Stafford, the runner at first with 2 gone. And that's it. They've won the World Series.
Congratulations to the World Series champions. Incredibly special team. So proud of these players. I know the fans back in their hometown. Everybody going nuts right now. It's going to be such an amazing reception when they return home.
Welcome back on the show as we see some of the final moments and reactions in this World Series clinching game. And now let's go down on the field where they're set to present the Commissioner's Trophy to the World Series champs. For Chris Singleton and our outstanding crew, I'm John Shambi. This has been the World Series on MLB The Show.